What's that run away? We are.
On the 8th of July 1994, students of the University of Benin trooped into the streets to protest the annulment of the June 12th presidential elections that was won by MKO Abiola. The June 12th riots, as they were called, were bloody. A brutal military dictator was determined to show how ruthless he was, and Nigerians, especially Nigerian students and labor, paid a huge price. When the men of Nigerian Mobile Police sent from the north to quell the riots in Benin arrived at the University of Benin, my name was on their get dead or alive list. I have previously recounted how men in uniform raped, maimed, and abused students. I never believed I would survive the encounter as I navigated my way through the bushes. The cries of those young girls as they were raped still haunts me till date. I was dressed as a girl and smuggled out of the school by a kind lecturer, and when I got home I was informed that the police had come looking for me at home. This was indeed a dark moment for me, as I believed that Abacha and his goons will get me sooner than later. A very pretty girl from my school, who was the object of my affections, invited me to a church fellowship, and even in the midst of all my troubles, I happily obliged because it would afford me the opportunity to spend some quality time with her. I didn't mind if that quality time was in the house of God. As I walked into the Mark of Christ Church on Adeswa Road in Benin City with her, that was the beginning and the end. Beginning because I was arrested by God, and end as in I lost all interest in her. I encountered Christ in a way I cannot begin to explain. I was born into a Christian home, but that day I knew the difference between being born a Christian and being born again. All the fear of Abacha and his deadly goons evaporated. Because my God lived, I could face tomorrow. All fear was gone. Just because there's an empty grave somewhere in Jerusalem, as the song says. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth the living just because he lives. I really do have a story to tell. It's my story. I now realize that without a story, you are nothing, nobody. The entire Bible is made up of the stories and testimonies of different people. I am a walking Bible. My life since then has been testimony after testimony. What haven't I seen? And what haven't I not seen? My late father always sang, "What a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer." It has indeed been a privilege to carry all my problems to someone I now call friend. My journey of discovering God has been topsy-turvy. I have had my dry and rainy seasons, and for the dry seasons, I will always, like Adam and Eve, hide because I knew I was naked. It took me a very long time to realize that Yahweh loved me any which way. He has loved me through it all. He has been a shield and a buckler for me. Through every tempest, God was there. I remember an incident about 27 years ago, leaving Port Harcourt at about 7 p.m. at night for Lagos. My plan was to pass the night in Isele Uku in Delta State, where my then girlfriend was doing her youth service. That woman Martha didn't kill me in this life. God, God is faithful. Anyways, less than 20 minutes into my journey, my light switch developed a fault and I had to support the switch with my hand for the light to stay on. A few minutes after Owerri, I drove into a bad pothole and my hand flew up the switch. In the split second I used to bring the light back on, I saw I was headed straight into a trailer. As I swung the steering with all my might, I lost control and headed straight towards an uncompleted building. I lost control, but God never loses control. And there, right in front of me, was a massive heap of sand to stop my car from crashing into that building. As sand poured into my face, all I could say was, Ba, 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 Eshehu Baba, Eshehu Baba, Awadube Baba. What's your story today? What do you think you're going through? Someone else has been there. Every situation in my life is now testimony time. God taught me early on to separate myself. He taught me that the arm of flesh will always fail me. He taught me not to rely on my own understanding. He taught me to make Him the anchor of my soul. I now know my purpose, a friend of God. Don't worry about your story. Once you have a story, you have a testimony. My story and His story are interwoven. A story of Calvary's redemption. God has blessed me with the most wonderful family. My father loved me to his grave. I have a mother that loves me. Children that dote on me and say, I love you every day to me. A loving wife that looks past my nakedness and sees Christ in me. I look around me and I see people who genuinely love me. What else can I consider as blessings beyond this? God has and is truly good to me. I thought I had seen it all till I started Sunday Nuggets several years ago. I discovered God on another level. The expositions, the insight and understanding into His Word. The mysteries now laid bare. I bless God daily for finding me worthy to be used by Him. Again, I ask, what's your problem? What are you going through? What ails you? My life has been an obstacle course, but my God was more than able. Every time men contend against me, I know there's promotion coming. Anytime I experience pain, I know gain is coming. If you have a God who guarantees you victory, what else is your problem? God rigged every contest for me before it even started. So as I approach what men call a milestone age, I find I am unable to relate with the expectations of most people. Every day is a milestone for me. Every blessed day is a major milestone. Live life differently is what I will say. Understand that true wealth is the strength and bond of your family. Embrace those who call you family. Know that there's no friend like God. Believe that God is exceedingly able to make you what He wants you to be. I can testify. It's my story. As friends betrayed me, He told me greater love has no one than to lay down one's life for one's friends. He is my true friend who laid down His life for me. As the economy toughened, He told me, my grace is sufficient for you. As seasons change, He told me He is the unchanging changer. This is my God, a testimony-giving God. I can testify because my life is a testimony. God bless you all.